Nostradamus named the zodiac signs that even demons fear. Who are they? Those whose names even shadows fear and demons avoid. Why do these zodiac signs possess such power of spirit that even darkness bows its head before them? Nostradamus warned, there are people whose inner strength is capable of destroying evil with a single glance. Their energy is not just protection, it is a weapon of light that no dark force can overcome. Today you will find out who the prophet called unreachable by the otherworldly. These signs do not seek battle, they themselves become the boundary between light and darkness. They cannot be subjugated, deceived, or intimidated. An ancient fire burns in their hearts, which sees everything, even that which is hidden from human eyes. Watch this video to the end, and you will understand why Nostradamus wrote about them with reverential fear. Subscribe to the channel if you want to know what power your sign carries, and whose side you are on in this eternal struggle between light and darkness. And in the comments, write whether you feel this power within yourself. Perhaps you are one of those whom even demons fear. The first sign is Capricorn. He does not seek power, it lives within him. Capricorn does not talk about power, he simply acts in such a way that space itself obediently adapts to his will. His steps are cold and precise, as if carved from the stone of destiny. He does not raise his voice, but when he looks, even the strongest feel emptiness inside. Capricorn's gaze does not burn, it robs one of courage. There is no anger in it, only the cold knowledge that he has already calculated everything, understood everything, and that is why it is impossible to resist him. He does not waste energy on chaos, he builds order, and this order is more frightening than any darkness. Demons fear those who do not succumb to temptation, who do not react to weakness, who do not seek easy ways. And Capricorn is the embodiment of unattainability. His mind is like a black rock in a storm. Waves of temptation crash against it, leaving no trace. He does not argue with evil, he simply does not recognize its existence as a force. He knows how to look into the abyss and remain motionless. His silence is threatening because behind it lies an inner confidence that everything around him is just a temporary backdrop, and he is unshakable. Where others tremble, Capricorn remains calm. He knows the price of pain, fear, and loneliness. He has gone through them more than once and has learned to see them as fuel. That is why demons do not approach him. They sense that there is no place in him where doubt can take root. There are no cracks in him where poison can seep in. He does not need support, does not seek approval, does not lose heart from defeat. He rises again and again, not for glory, but for the very fact of his will's existence. There is a rare silence in Capricorn, not from weakness, but from complete control. In this silence, you can hear the echo of ancient discipline. He does not live by emotions, he lives by strategy. For him, every person is like a piece on a board, every situation is part of a large equation. He acts slowly, without haste, but his every move has the power of an earthquake. His coldness does not destroy, it stabilizes. But anyone who dares to cross his line will learn that Capricorn's calmness is only an outer shell. Inside him lies not a beast, but a mechanism of retribution. Ruthless, precise, devoid of anger, but all the more terrifying for it. Capricorn does not need mysticism, he is mysticism itself. His strength lies in reality, in his ability to maintain control where others lose their heads. He does not obey passions, he creates and destroys them when necessary. At work, in battle, in life, he follows the path he has laid out for himself, without looking back at those who have strayed. Capricorn does not need to be loved, it needs to be respected. And if someone decides to challenge it, it will not argue or threaten. It will simply take a step forward, and that step will be the verdict. Its energy does not shout, it presses down. It makes others feel their own weakness. Even evil knows that to approach Capricorn is to encounter a cold force that cannot be bribed with fear or passion. He does not open his heart, because his heart is made of experience and discipline. His pain does not destroy, but turns into armor. He does not see enemies, he sees tasks that need to be eliminated. Capricorn walks through chaos like an architect through ruins, knowing that he will build a new order. He does not destroy for revenge, he cleanses the space of weakness. And therein lies his true danger. Where others strive to prove their strength, Capricorn simply becomes the center of gravity. His strength lies not in shouting, but in confidence. His power does not require symbols. It is felt, and even the most ancient shadows, sensing it, retreat, knowing that they are not facing a man, but the embodiment of a law that cannot be deceived. The second sign is Scorpio. It does not appear in order to please. Its presence disrupts the balance. Scorpio is not power, but the nature of power itself. It has no desire to appear. It exists outside the gaze of others. Its energy does not flare up. It compresses, concentrates, like poison, ready for a precise strike. It does not seek enemies, because it knows that everyone becomes their own enemy at some point, and at that moment, Scorpio is already there, silently watching as a person collapses under the weight of their own weaknesses. Demons are not afraid of light, but of those who know how to use darkness. Scorpio is a creature that does not run away from darkness, but wields it as a tool. He is not afraid of pain because he knows how to turn it into strength. Where others scream, he remains silent because he knows that true power lies in controlling the inner storm. His eyes see more than people are willing to show. He reads fears, lies, and weaknesses as if he can see right through the structure of the soul. That is why even otherworldly forces do not approach him. They sense that he knows their essence. Scorpio does not threaten. He does not issue warnings. He is simply present, and in this presence there is a tension that makes one feel uncomfortable. His strength lies not in destruction, but in the ability to wait. He observes, waits for the moment, and when he strikes, it is no longer an emotion, but the result of precise calculation. He does not take revenge impulsively. He acts when the world has forgotten the offense, and he does so with surgical precision. In this coldness, there is no malice, but perfect memory. He knows how to destroy, but he destroys only what deserves to end. His energy is not chaos, but purification. He does not seek glory because he does not need recognition. He is only interested in the essence, truth, depth, control. Scorpio does not share his thoughts, does not seek approval, and is not afraid of loneliness. He lives on the edge, where fear has long ceased to exist. For him, pain is not an enemy, but confirmation that he is alive. He goes through it without leaving a trace, but each trial makes him denser, like metal that has been through fire. Scorpio is neither a hero nor a villain. He is a test for others. People around him either grow or break. He knows how to cut to the core, slicing through illusions like a knife. And he does it without pity, because, in his understanding, truth is more important than peace of mind. He is capable of feeling emotions more deeply than anyone else, but he does not allow them to control him. His self-control frightens even those who are used to ruling. His gaze resembles a verdict. There is no hatred or compassion in it, only the realization that everything has already been decided. Demons do not touch Scorpio because he himself has become the one they fear. He understands darkness from within and does not succumb to its charms. He is capable of using pain, rage, and desire as weapons. His inner discipline is stronger than any obsession. He does not need protection because he himself becomes the embodiment of the balance between light and darkness. His soul is not a battlefield, but a throne on which he is his own judge. Scorpio is the limit of control. He is able to keep a cool head where the world is falling apart. When others panic, he looks at the ashes and already knows how to use them for a new construction. He is not interested in opinion, he is interested in power over himself. And that is what makes him invincible. He is capable of walking through the darkest corridors of human consciousness and emerging from them without a shadow of fear. He cannot be intimidated, bought, or persuaded. Any attempt at manipulation ends in defeat for those who risk it. He always knows his opponent's weak spot, but he doesn't waste his energy. His blows are always economical and precise. Even his words are weapons. There are no random intonations, no unnecessary breaths. Everything is calculated. His silence hides a threat, his calmness a hidden storm. Scorpio lives as if constantly testing the world for strength. He senses where lies end and truth begins, and is ready to go where no one else dares. Demons do not touch those who are able to look them in the eye without blinking. And he does not just look, he sees their structure, knows their nature, knows that darkness always loses its power before those who are not afraid of themselves. Scorpio is the embodiment of the limits of human capabilities. His energy is not hysterical, it is focused, like that of an ancient warrior who knows that fear is just a sound, and silence is his true weapon. He does not hide, he does not pretend, he does not seek peace. He chooses depth, and it is precisely where there is no light that he becomes someone even demons dare not touch. The third sign is Leo. When Leo looks you straight in the eye, even the strong feel the ground slipping away beneath their feet. His inner power needs no words, it can be felt like heat emanating from the air itself. Leo is not one to threaten. He simply exists, and that alone inspires fear. He has a calm confidence that needs no proof. He does not succumb to pressure, does not bow down, and does not seek support. Where others lose their footing, he moves forward with cold determination. Demons fear not Leo's anger, but his silence before action. It is like the calm before the storm. Leo does not argue with chaos, he subdues it. Any force, even a destructive one, loses its shape before him. He does not accept other people's rules and does not follow anyone who tries to dictate terms. He has an innate sense of power, and it does not require a throne. Demons fear this quality because they cannot subdue someone who is not afraid. Leo does not need protection, he himself becomes a force that even shadows retreat from. He is capable of destroying his enemy not with rage, but with a gaze that pierces to the very core. Leo senses the weaknesses of others and knows how to press on them without hesitation. But he does this not for power, but for order. Where foundations crumble, he builds structure. Where everyone loses control, he maintains clarity. Leo does not seek war, but if it begins, he turns into a living force that cannot be resisted. His strength lies not in his blows, but in his presence. Everything around him either rises to his level of energy or disappears. Leo is capable of burning out evil with a single decision, and this is his greatest danger. Demons do not risk approaching him, not because they fear his fire, but because they know that this fire will not be extinguished until it has burned everything to the ground. His energy is a pure form of effortless power. He does not demand, ask, or threaten. He simply exists, and that is enough for everything around him to accept his laws. Leo is a symbol of what cannot be subjugated. Anyone who tries to manipulate him quickly realizes that they are not opposing a person, but a force capable of destroying lies, illusions, and darkness. Demons fear Leo because he sees right through them. He does not need light or dark sides, he himself is the balance. His power comes not from the world of emotions, but from the world of will. He does not lose his composure, even when everything around him is falling apart. Leo knows how to control chaos without getting caught up in it. This is his main threat to those who live in fear and weakness. Leo is capable of stopping destruction with the power of his character. He is living proof that human will can be stronger than any darkness. Where others seek protection, he himself becomes it. That is why Nostradamus said, "Demons do not dare to look Leo in the eye, because in him they see their own reflection, and realize that their power is insignificant." The fourth sign is Virgo. If Leo intimidates with his fiery directness, then Virgo intimidates with her coolness and the precision with which she sees everything around her. She does not raise her voice or show anger, and that is what makes her dangerous. Demons fear Virgo not because of her strength, but because of her mind. She notices everything that is hidden, every crack, every distortion. Nothing escapes her gaze. She does not fight chaos openly, she dismembers it and destroys it from within. Her mind is sharper than any weapon. She knows where evil is hidden and can strip it of its influence with one cold decision. She has no sentimentality or pity when it comes to maintaining order. Where others lose their minds, Virgo remains crystal clear. Her rationality becomes a weapon against which no dark forces can stand. Virgo acts without emotion, but her actions carry a terrible power. She does not destroy, she corrects. Any evil before her is turned into a system, and once that happens, it has no chance of survival. Demons fear not Virgo's blow, but her ability to see their nature. She does not fight, she calculates. And she does so with a precision that is impossible to escape. She has mastered the art of destroying lies without violence. For her, chaos is not an enemy, but material for analysis. And while others are lost, Virgo puts everything in order. She acts quietly, without demonstrations of power, but the result of her presence is obvious. Everything that was dark becomes transparent. Her presence causes anxiety even in those who are confident in themselves. She knows how to penetrate the essence of people without asking questions. Demons retreat because they understand that it is impossible to hide from her. Any darkness loses its meaning under her cold attention. Virgo does not attack, but all masks crumble around her. She does not need loud words. Her strength lies in precision and knowledge. Her protection lies in her ability to see the essence. She is capable of destroying darkness by calling things by their proper names. And this is more frightening than any blow. Nostradamus said that Virgo is a sign that forces evil to recognize its own insignificance. Her fear of demons is zero because she does not believe in their power. She knows that evil exists only where it is not noticed. And Virgo sees everything. Her clarity destroys illusions. Her cold mind leaves no room for darkness. And that is why demons avoid her, not because of the strength of her hands, but because of the strength of her consciousness.